So in the last session, we have discussed about few basic things of Java, and we have seen about how to create the data types. And also we have seen the primary data types and its default values. So like what are the default values for integer, character, float, double, like this for every data type, you are having some default value. Those values we have seen in the last session. Okay, and we also have assigned few values for the data types and we have stored the data also like integer, character, float, double and all. When you wanted to store some names, that means group of characters, you have to use some array when you want to store more than one character. But we have something called string, which is not data type, but string is a class in Java. Okay, this string class is also present in java.lang package only. And when you wanted to store any person name or any like your designation or your qualification, anything which is group of characters, you can use string to store it. String name is equal to, you can store some name, whatever name you want, like Maunika, like that you can store. Understood? So like this you can store. But string is not a data type. String is a class in Java. Got it? So like that you will be storing the data. And we have seen this example like 12, Nidhi and float. Remember that only the float value should be ended with what? F. Remaining things you can store normally like marks, Boolean result, everything you can store in what? General. So these are about the data types in the language basics. And next today, we are going to discuss about operators in Java. What are those operators in Java? So what are the different operators we have? So operators are basically like the first operator is arithmetic operator. What is that? Arithmetic operator. And the second one is relational operator. And the third one, logical operator. And fourth one, conditional operator. And then fifth one, assignment operator. And you also have bitwise operators. Like this, we have so many operators like dot, so many operators are there. These are something important: arithmetic, assignment, relational, logical, and conditional, and then bitwise operators. So these are the list of operators we have. And we can use these operators to perform some calculations. So first operator we have as arithmetic operator. So what are arithmetic operators? We have plus, minus, multiplication, division, and then what? Modulus. These are the operators we have: plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulus. So now when we perform the arithmetic operators, like we can just assign some values with the data types that we have learned. If you take int as your data type, you can store numbers int a comma b comma c like this. And a is equal to 13 and b is equal to some 5. And then you can perform all the arithmetic operators like a plus b and then a minus b and a into b and a by b and then a modulus b. Like this, we can perform all the arithmetic operations. So a plus b means how much? 13 plus 5. How much? 18, correct? And then a minus b means 13 minus b. How much? 8. Yes or no? So 13 minus 8 and 13 into 5. We have to perform 13 into 5. 5 3s are 15. 65, correct? So 65. And A by B. Here, when you're doing division, you have to consider quotient. What is that? Quotient. And when you're doing modulus, you have to consider what? Remainder. So there is a difference. This is very important because when you're doing logical programs, we have to think where you have to use modulus and division. So now what is the answer here? 13 by 5. What is the answer? You have to consider quotient. What is the answer, online student? Can you tell me, Maunika? 3 fives. So here it is not exactly divisible. You can, since it is a number, you need not consider the decimal value. 5 threes are 15 and 5 twos are 10. So 2 will be the quotient. And what is the remainder? 5 twos are 10. What is the remainder? 3. So when you are taking only integer type, you need not bother about the decimal value. So you can consider like this. So the quotient is 2 and the remainder is what? 3. So these are the simple arithmetic operators where we can perform like what we can do. Okay, let us see this example practically. So yeah. VS is the Visual Studio Code, which is used to execute some coding as well as HTML front end, where you will learn front end concepts, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, those all like this only one IDE. But that is not best suitable for Java. Still, they are improvising. It is not completely suitable for the Java coding. Basic C++, or you can also execute SQL, few codes of SQL or HTML, CSS front end and all. They'll use for that. Better. Eclipse and there is IntelliJ IDE or NetBeans like that. So many are there. But Visual Studio is not suitable for Java. Complete Java, it is not best. This is best. You can use this. Okay. That is one IDE like this only. Visual Studio Code. Basically, they use for the front end and few C or C++ coding also you can use that. Now, let us see the example on the operators. Now, what I'm doing, I'm going to create one more package, new class, and I'm giving the package name this time as operators because I want to save all the operators example under that package. So, if you store in same package, it won't give you error. But if you maintain separately, so that it will be easy for us to practice. Okay, in the operators, I'm giving like arithmetic. Example, just any name you can give. I'm giving meaningfully. I want the main method also. Select the main method and click on what? Finish. Now here I'm going to write like, first I'm going to declare int a comma b comma c. And then I'm assigning a is equal to 12 and b is equal to some 3. Or let us say, okay, 3, anything is fine. Now C is equal to, or directly I will write system.out.println A plus B. And then system.out.println A minus B. Like this, I will be performing all the calculations. And A into B. And then A by B. And then A modulus B. So like this we wrote. Now what will be the answers here? You can see 12 plus 3, 15. Okay, so here 12 plus 3, 15. 12 minus 3, 9. 12 into 3, 36. 12 by 3. 3 fours are 12. 4 is the quotient. 3 fours are 12. What is the remainder? 0. So we got the remainder as what? 0. Understood? So these are the things that we have. Clear, everyone? Online students, is it clear, Monica? So these are the arithmetic operators. You can perform any calculations like this. Okay, I can share this example also in the chat box. You can just check once. Now, like this, using this operator, assign a student ID, name, and read the marks in 3 subjects, calculate the total as well as average. That is also what related to arithmetic operators, but something real time. Yes or no? This is just we are understanding what will happen with the arithmetic operator. Now we can take one example on the student, like class. I am going to write the class name as student details. What is that? Student details. Okay. Remember, start with capital letter, the class name. Okay, if you give small, it won't give you error. But according to the Java standards, you have to give what? Capital letter. Now, let us assign one student ID is equal to some 101. And I wanted to store student name. So, string name is equal to, like you can assign some name to the student. So, I'm assigning Siri. And then marks of the student. So student marks can be like in integer, float or double. Sometimes if you want to give in double, I'm giving like M1 comma M2 comma M3. And after this, I want to calculate the total as well as what? Average. Okay, this is my question. Now, I will assign the marks in three subjects like 57 M1, M2 is equal to like 35 and M3 is equal to some 60. Like this, I can give any marks. Now, total and average, we have to calculate. We should not directly assign the value. We have to what? Calculate the total and average. So, total is equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3. And what will be the average formula? What is the formula for average? Total by number of subjects. Anytime, how will be the average? Total by number of subjects. Already we did M1 plus M2 plus M3. So, total by average. Average means how many subjects are there? 1, 2 and 3. So, total by 3. ఎప్పుడైనా ఎనీ టైమ్ యావరేజ్ అంటే ఏంటి టోటల్ బై నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఐటమ్స్ సో నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఆర్ 3 సో టోటల్ బై 3 we did. Now let us print system.out.println. If you want properly, you can print like this. ID is equal to plus SID. And then system.out.println in double quotes, name is equal to, and then plus name. And then you want to print directly total and average, system.out.println total is equal to, and then plus total, and then system.out.println in double quotes average is equal to, and then plus what? AVG. So like this. Got it? So this is how we have to write. ID, name, total, and then what? Average we are printing in all in different lines. Now again I am executing. Now you can see here ID 101, Siri, total is 152.0. Here you can give decimal values also because we have given double. You can give like decimal values. Now let us run again. So now the total will be like 154 point double. No, it can store more accurate decimal value. And then average also this one. Got it? Understood? So ID, name, total, and then what? Average. Like this, we can calculate. Real-time example. In a student or employee, anything you can just calculate. Clear everyone? Okay, so online students, Monica, is it clear? I'm sharing the example also in the chat box. Just check. And offline students, you want to make a note, anything, you can just, like what we did, we assigned the ID, name, and we assigned marks of 3 subjects. We have calculated the total and then we found what? Average of it. So this is example on what operators? Arithmetic operators. Any questions you can ask? Now, after this, we will be seeing about the assignment operator. Assignment operator means this whatever you are assigning M1 equal to 57 equal to is also one assignment operator. Got it? Like M1 equal to M2, M3 equal to. This equal to is also what? Assignment operator. Now, in the assignment operator, we have different types like single assignment, multiple assignment, and then what? Compound assignment. These are the three types of assignments we have: single, multiple, and then what? Compound assignment. So let us see those three types of assignments. You can print the same thing for ID, name, and average also. So now here, see, next operator we are going to see is assignment operator. So what is this assignment operator means? Equal to. What is that? Equal to. So now we have already seen the single assignment, that is A equal to 10 or 12. Means when you are storing single value in a single variable, then it is called as single assignment. Now you have declared A comma B comma C comma D, and you are telling A equal to B equal to C equal to D equal to sum 23. Now what? This kind of assignment is called as multiple assignment. What is that? Multiple assignment means multiple variables are stored with what? Single value. Okay, multiple variables are stored with single value. This is called as multiple assignment. Okay, so whenever you are storing multiple variables with single value, then it is called as multiple assignment. Then what is compound assignment? Compound assignment is the combination of assignment as well as the arithmetic operator. Something like plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division equal to, modulus equal to. These are what? Compound assignments. What are these? Compound assignments means that is the combination of arithmetic and equal to. So how you will write here? When you tell, like you have assigned like A is equal to sum 10. Okay, A value is 10. Now you wrote A plus equal to 5. What does it mean? A is equal to, internally A is equal to A plus 5. A plus is equal to 5 or A is equal to A plus 5. Both are same. Now what will be the answer? 10 plus 5. How much? 15. Yes or no? Even though you write A plus is equal to 5 or A is equal to A plus 5, both are same. Now consider here, same A value, let us say here, A value is equal to some 10 again. When you say now A minus is equal to like 4, what is the answer? Tell me. What is the answer of A minus is equal to 4? What is the value of A? Decrement, not decrement. A, yeah, it will decrease the value. A is equal to A minus 4. Now, what will be the answer? 10 minus 4. How much? 6. Correct or not? Even though you write like this, it internally calculates like this and store in where? A. Now, consider the value of A is equal to 5. Let us say. A into is equal to, let us say 3. Now what is the answer? 15. Antena, what does internally do? A is equal to A into 3. How much? 5 into 3, 15. For everything, you have to follow the same process. Suppose here A is equal to 9. Then you are writing A by is equal to like 3. What does this mean? A is equal to A by 3. That means how much? 9 by 3 means you have to consider quotient. 3 threes are 9, correct? So like that. And last one, A is equal to, let us say, some 14. Then A modulus is equal to 4. If you are telling, what will be the answer? A is equal to A modulus 4. That means how much? 14 modulus 4. How much? 4 threes are 12. 4 fours are 16. It is not divisible. So 4 threes are 12. Remainder is how much? 2. So the 14 modulus 4 is how much? 2. Correct? So these are what? Arithmetic operators with assignment, which is called as compound assignment. Internally, it calculates like this. Is it clear, everyone? How it is performing? Okay, so you can quickly note down this so that you understand. Single and multiple is okay, but compound assignment is little tricky. So all of you make a note of this: multiple assignment and compound assignment. Okay, now let us see the example on this, how to write. Okay, same thing we will do in what? Example, same thing. So let us right click on the operators, and here I'm going to give new class, and here I'm writing like assignment example. Okay, now here public static void main, and then I'm going to write here like int. Suppose this is what? Single assignment. When you are assigning like this is called single assignment. And then int m equal to n equal to p is equal to some 15. If you are declaring, like first let us declare the variables n comma p. And then m equal to n is equal to p is equal to some 25. This is called as multiple assignment. And then what is compound assignment now? After this, I can just print system.out.println m plus double quote some space n plus double quote some space and then plus p. It prints m and then p. Now I'm performing like m plus is equal to some 5. And then n into is equal to some 3, and P modulus is equal to some 5. Now, what will be the answers of M, N and P now? Can you tell me what is the answers of M, N and P? Monica, can you also tell? After these three statements, what is the value of M, N and P? First, all the three will print what? 25, 25, and then what? 25. Now here, what are the values? M plus is equal to 5 means what? 30. 20 plus 5, 30. N into equal to 3. Under 25 into 3. How much? 75. And then P modulus 5 means 25 modulus 5 means 5 5s are 25. What is the remainder? 0. Correct? So I did only 3 compound statements here. Understood now? First we are printing this and next we are calculating. How it will do? M is equal to M plus 5. That means 25 plus 5. N here what it will do, n is equal to n into 3. 25 into 3. Now this also P is equal to P modulus 5. Understood? 25 modulus 5. Clear everyone? So these are the 3 things we have done. Clear everyone? Same example whatever, but I took a new value. So this assignment is called what? Compound assignment. So this is about the assignment operator. Is it clear everyone? Monica, is it clear? Did you understand what is compound assignment? Okay. Next we have we have seen arithmetic operator, assignment operator. Next, let us see about the relational operators and conditional. Relational operators means we will tell the relation between the variables. Let us say you declared integer variables A, B, C, D. Now, greatest of two numbers or greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, whether they're equal to. Like that, whenever you want to establish or know the relationship between the variables, then we will use what? Relational operators. Like what are the relational operators? Less than, and then greater than, comma, less than equal to, comma, greater than equal to, double equal to, and not equal to. These are all what? Relational operators. Now, alone we can't use them, or we can just use by directly specifying in system.out.println. A less than B, A greater than B, A modulus B. Like that also we can write. How means? I will show you. We have let us see one example. Right click on this new and then class, and I'm going to write like relational example. Okay, with the main method. I forgot to select it. Let us write public static and then what? Void main. And here we are taking what? String arguments. And then open the curly brace. And here I'm going to write like few variables here, like directly I took A is equal to sum 15 and int B is equal to sum 45. I have taken. Now I'm going to write directly in system.out.println A less than B. Means you're checking whether A is less than B or not. So what we are getting here? True. Directly you can check like this. Again, system.out.println A greater than B. Or you can give like system.out.println A less than equal to B. Ante that can be less or equal to B also. System.out.println A greater than equal to B. And system.out.println A not equal to B. If it is correct, it will give true. Otherwise, it will give what? False. System.out.println A equal to B. So now we are comparing. First one, what will be the answers here? A less than P. You can see the first one. A less than B is true. A greater than B, false. A less than equal to B. Yes, A is lesser or equal to B. It is less than. Greater than equal to no. A not equal to B. Yes, A is not equal to B. False. A equal to B. No, we are getting false. Correct. Now suppose I am giving both as 45 only. Now what will be the answers? A less than B and greater than B will be both false. Less than equal to, greater than equal to is true because less than or equal to. Yes. And A not equal to B is false. A equal to B is what? True. So like this directly you can search, you can print in what? System.out.println. These all are called as what? Relational operators. It will just tell the relationship between the variables. These are called relational operators, which will explain about the relationship between the two variables. Understood? All of you? If you want, you can quickly make a note of this. Everyone, online students, I am sharing this in the chat box. Just go through it once and let me know if you have any questions. Monica, yesterday's recording, you can go through it and let me know if you have any doubts in the last session also. Okay. Now, the next operator we have here is after the relational operator, we have conditional operator. What is that? Conditional operator. When we talk about the conditional operator, that is question mark colon. This is a symbol of the conditional operator. Means based upon the condition, if it is true, one part of code is executed. If it is false, other will be the your output. So how you can write? We can find this greatest of two numbers and everything by using this conditional operator. So how it will work means you can just give here like let us say int a comma b comma c. And for a you assign some value, for b you assign some value. And you write C is equal to A greater than B question mark A colon B. A greater than B question mark A colon B. That means it will check now A greater than B. What it is will return 13 greater than 67. Is it true or false? 13 greater than 67. True na false? False, correct. It is false. So false means it will take whatever the value that is there after the colon. So now the C will be getting what? B. If the condition is true, immediate value after the question mark will come. If the condition is false, after the colon what is there, that will be your output. Now suppose this is like 183. 183 greater than 67? True. So now this time C will get the value of what? A. Whatever you give in A, that will be the value of C. Got it? And if the condition is false, after the colon, what is there? That will be your output. Clear, everyone? So that is the conditional operator. Whatever condition you are giving, if this is correct, whatever you write after the question mark will be your output. If this condition is false, after the colon, whatever you write, that will be your output. Clear? Got it? So we can check this here. Example, greatest of two numbers using conditional operator. So conditional example with the main method. So here let us take int a comma b comma c, and let us assign some values to the a and to the b. Now c is equal to a greater than b, question mark means you are checking the condition. If this is true, a will come to c. Otherwise, what will come? B will come to C. Now you can write system.out.println greatest. Okay, so greatest equal to, and then you can just write like C. C will get the greatest value or not. So now let us save this and run. You can see here, we got what? 56. Now suppose this is like 459. Let us save this and run again. Now what we will get? 459. Means it is comparing 56 greater than 459? No. So what will come to C? B will come to C. Understood? Is it clear? Monica, is it clear? How the conditional operator is working? Is it clear? I am sharing that in the chat box. Just see. Correct or not? So note down this logic. Then after this, just try like check the number is even or odd. By seeing this example, you have to write the logic for write a program to check a number is even or odd. When will be a number even number? If it is divisible by 2. When you are, that means modulus. When you are doing modulus, if it is equal to 0, then it is even number. Else it is odd number. So using conditional operator, write this program everyone. Now, ఇది చూస్తూ ఈ program కి output రాయండి. Okay, Monica, you also, I'll give you few minutes time. You also have to write the logic for this. ఇది అర్థమైంది కదండి మీకు? Do you understand Telugu also, Monica? Okay. You see this example and then you try for number checking is even or odd. Take a single number and using conditional operator, you have to check the number is even or odd. When you are doing modulus by 2, if you get the remainder 0, you can just tell it is even. Else you can tell that is what? Odd. Did you write? I will also parallelly write, check all of you. So even, odd by using conditional operator. So here, let us take one number and assign some value. We don't know, every time we will enter a new number. Now you have to find out whether it is even or odd. That means how you will write, if this num percentage 2, if it is equal to 0, then you can just tell it is what? Even. Else you can tell this is what? Odd. That's it, no? But the result is in string format. So let us take one string result, res. You can take any variable name, but just I am taking what? Res. Now here 44, I'm writing in the comment 44 percentile 2 equal to 0. Is it true? Yes. So what will come to res? Even. So now when you print here, system dot out dot println res plus double quote space is what? Even. Okay, just you can just print here num, not res, num is and just space plus res. Got it? Now let us save this and then run. 44 is even. Suppose I am giving here 47. 47 modulus to how much? Is it equal to 0? No. So now 47 modulus 2 we are getting what? Odd. అంటే ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ చెక్ చేస్తుంది. ఒకవేళ జీరోతో మ్యాచ్ అయింది అనుకోండి, ఇమీడియట్ గా క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ తర్వాత ఉన్నది మనకి రిజల్ట్ లోకి వస్తుంది. ఒకవేళ ఈ కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయితే కాలన్ తర్వాత ఉన్నది రిజల్ట్ లోకి వస్తుంది. ఇలాగే రాయాలని లేదు, బట్ కండిషన్ అనేది ఇదే. మీరు ఎలా అవుట్పుట్ ప్రింట్ చేస్తారనేది మీ ఇష్టం. మీరు ఇంకో వేలో రాసున్నా పర్వాలేదు. యూ షుడ్ గెట్ ద అవుట్పుట్ కరెక్ట్లీ. ఏ నెంబర్ ఇచ్చినా కానీ ఈవెన్ ఇస్తే ఈవెన్ రావాలి, ఆడ్ ఇస్తే ఆడ్ నెంబర్ అని రావాలి, అంతే. రిమైనింగ్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? అండర్స్టూడ్? Monica, is it clear? I'm sharing the example also in the chat box. Just check once. అర్థమైందమ్మా మీకు? అర్థమైందా? So this is an example on conditional operators, like greatest of two numbers, and a number is even or odd. Like this we can find out anything. Okay. Any questions, Monica? Is it clear? Did you understand? Okay. So the next operators after the conditional operator is logical operators. What are they? Logical operators. So what are logical operators means? The operators are and, or, and then not. So and operator means when all the conditions are true, then only the result will be true. If you go for a company interview, you have to pass written test, technical, HR, everything. Then only you will get the job. Like that, when every condition is true, then only the result is true. You have such scenarios, then you have to use what? And operator. Like greatest of two numbers or three numbers. If three people are there, I have to check which one is greatest. First, I have to check A with B as well as C. If A is greater than both B and C only, I can tell A is greatest. Yes or no? Without that, I cannot tell. Like that. When all the conditions are true, then only the result will be true. That time we use what? Logical and operator. Understood? Or means what? If any condition is true also, the result is true. In which scenarios we can use it? You are applying for a job. Your qualification can be triple E, ECE, mechanical, IT, anything they said. Then what operator you can use? Or. In programming wise, checking vowel is there. A, E, I, O, U. Anything you enter, it is vowel. Other than that, it's a consonant. Like that. So now we use the OR operator when any one is true, also the result is true. AND operator means when all are true, then only the result will be true. Or and not is opposite. True means false, false means true. Got it? So that is the logical and or and not operators. So suppose A is there and then I'm writing like B and I'm writing like A and B and A or B like this. Not means exactly opposite. True means false, false means. Suppose here this is 0 and then 0. Then what will be the result here? 0 and here also 0 means false. First is 0, second is 1. What will be the result? 0. And means 0, but or is what? 1. Because any one true is also result is true. Again 1 and then 0. Now what will be the result? 0, but here it is 1. Anyway, both are true. What you will get? 1, 1. Correct? రెండు ట్రూ అయితేనే రిజల్ట్ ట్రూ. ఏ ఒక్కటి ట్రూ అయినా కానీ రిజల్ట్ ట్రూ. రెండు ఫాల్స్ అయితే అన్నీ కూడా ఫాల్స్. నాట్ ఏ అన్నాం అనుకోండి, ట్రూ ఉంటే ఫాల్స్, ఫాల్స్ ఉంటే ట్రూ అవుతుంది. అండర్స్టూడ్? సో దీస్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఆపరేటర్స్? Logical operators. Understood? Now, using conditional operator, we can use this logical operators and or and not. So that is greatest of three numbers. I will tell now, see here how to find greatest of three numbers. Conditional great. Conditional great. Okay, now I'm going to use the logical operators here. Observe carefully. Now here I'm going to take like int a comma b comma c and one variable called great. Now I'm going to write like great is equal to, I should get the result. Now how to tell that a is greatest? I'm writing like a greater than b. Saripotunda ledu. A దేనికన్నా కూడా పెద్దగా అవ్వాలి? సి కన్నా కూడా. సో ఏ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ సి. ఇప్పుడు ఏ బి కన్నా సి కన్నా రెండిటికన్నా పెద్దదైతే ఐ కెన్ టెల్ ఏ ఈజ్ వాట్? గ్రేటెస్ట్ చెప్పేయచ్చు. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడైనా ఫెయిల్ అయింది అంటే ఏ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సమ్ వాల్యూ 12 అండ్ దెన్ బి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సమ్ 4 అండ్ లెటస్ సి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సమ్ 25. నౌ ఇక్కడ చెక్ చేసినప్పుడు how it will check? If you see here, a greater than b, 12 greater than 4, correct? Correct. And then 12 greater than 25, is it true? No, false. అప్పుడు a greatest కాదు, b అవ్వచ్చు, c అవ్వచ్చు. ఇంకా ఏని మనం రేస్లోంచి తీసేయచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ ఏం కంపేర్ చేయాలి? డైరెక్ట్గా నేను బిఓ సిఓ చెప్పలేను. I have to again compare B and C values. So, కాలన్లో మళ్ళీ కండిషన్ ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఎట్లా? B greater than C. ఒకవేళ B greater than C ట్రూ అయితే ఏం ప్రింట్ చేయొచ్చు మనం? B is true. ఎల్స్ ఇంకా చెక్ చేయడానికి ఏమన్నా ఉందా? A గ్రేట్ కాదు, B గ్రేట్ కాదు. Who will be great? C will be great. ఇట్లా మనం కండిషన్ ఉన్నంతసేపు అలా లాజిక్ని పెంచుకుంటూ వెళ్తాం. ఎప్పుడైతే ఇక చెక్ చేయడానికి ఏమీ లేదు అన్నప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్గా ఉన్న వాల్యూని రిజల్ట్కి ఇచ్చేస్తాం. సో ఇదంతా కూడా మనం ఎందులో రాస్తున్నాము? కాలన్లో. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ఇక్కడే సాటిస్ఫై అయితే ఏ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, లేదు అంటే ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ హియర్ అండ్ హియర్ వీఆర్ చెకింగ్ 4 గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 25. ఈజ్ ఇట్ ట్రూ? ఒకవేళ ట్రూ అయితే బి ప్రింట్ అయిపోతుంది, లేదు it is false. So here when it is false, which will take? C will be the greatest. So idi what? This is an example for greatest of three numbers. Greatest of three numbers. Din tarvata system.out.println you can write like greatest is, and then plus you can just write here great. Now which will be the greatest value? 25. Suppose here I am giving like 49. Now I am running here. See which is the greatest now? 49. Got it? Any number you give. This is like 192. Now let us save this and run again. Now the greatest is how much? 192. Understood? Is it clear, everyone? So using conditional operator also we can check like this. Okay, so you can increase like this. When it AND operator we are using, otherwise next B. If there are 4 numbers, again it will increase some more. A greater than B and A greater than C and A greater than D, question mark, colon A, else B greater than C and D. Again question mark comes, C greater than D, then D will be the greatest. Understood? So like that you can increase the code. Clear, everyone? Online students, this is like greatest of three numbers using conditional operator. I'm sharing in the chat box. Just check once, everyone. And you also can make a note of this logic. రేపు మీరందరూ గ్రేటెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 4 నెంబర్స్ రాయాలి యూజింగ్ దిస్ లాజిక్. ఓకే, ఇది నోట్ చేసుకొని ట్రై చేసి రేపటి క్లాస్కి గ్రేటెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 4 నెంబర్స్ రాయండి. ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా? చూడండి. యా, note down and let me know if you have any questions. I forgot to mention one more important operator, increment and decrement operator in the list. We'll tell that also in the next session. Maunika, did you understand this? Using conditional operator, greatest of 3 numbers. అర్థమైందా అండి? ఇంకొకసారి చెప్పమంటారా? Okay then. Okay, all of you, like online and offline students, like those who are wanted to do enrollment, you can do it because soon the link might change. And also inform your friends who missed the session. You can share this recording as you receive so that they can go through the recording and join from tomorrow's session. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can wait and ask. Otherwise, you can leave the session and join tomorrow by 9:15.